Hey guys, welcome to stage 6 of Tour de Monde as we approach the halfway point of this year's event. So stage 6, 43.7 kilometers, 1,730 meters of climbing. That's the stage profile on the screen. So we've got 2 climbs today. An initial climb that's from 2 kilometers in till 6 kilometers in. Then we've got a nice bit of downhill, interrupted with a little bump, nice flat bit, and then a very long climb, another downhill, and then a third little climb at the end, up to the statue of Christ the Redeemer in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. So it's, like I say, 43.7 kilometers in total. I think that's not quite right. I think it's 1,330 meters of climbing. Let's update that. Because tomorrow's stage is actually the one with 1,700 meters of climbing. It's a bit shorter tomorrow, up to the Angliru. Shorter stage with more climbing. But let's deal with this one first. You can see it winds around up and over the headland a couple times before finishing up at the statue, which overlooks the city of Rio de Janeiro. So about 2.5 minutes out from the start of the race. Got 122 riders currently online, getting ready to go. Great to see so many people again. Really good numbers through this tour. Over 450 riders have done one stage. And we're averaging about 200 riders per stage. Stage 5, the Uluru stage in Australia, that's been the most popular so far. That had 238 riders, I think, complete that stage. And then we're just a couple below that, for stage 4, which was the San Remo stage. So yeah, we're really happy with everyone getting stuck in, doing one stage, several stages. And for those of you trying to do all of them, big respect for you guys. Thanks for tuning in on the chat. Here we've got Andreas, Stuart and Samir in here. Samir, the designer of today's route. So any complaints, please direct them to him. So we're going to cut across now live to Rio for the start of this race. 1 minute out. Here we are then on the start line. Mr. Ogilvy, co-host of the Tour de Monde, is in here. Samir's in the chat. He's going to be riding it in the 18:30 slot later today. Some familiar names in there. Tony Simmons and Baz Morris there in the rider list. Veterans of the Vive la France. Chris O'Hearn in the chat. Organiser of the TNT Omnium events on Tuesday. Raul Lopez, he won my time slot on the stage 3, the Tianmen Mountain stage, so I'm sure he's going to be strong again today. Alright, 10 seconds to the off then. So we've got about a 2 kilometre lead in, and then into that first climb of 4K. Off we go. Everyone nicely away. Well, people are already putting in red numbers off the line. Don't want to get dropped too early, but I'm sure it's going to blow apart this event. You don't want to break your leg in the first 2K, that's for sure. Look at that snake of riders. $133 in total. Blair Drader there up at the front. He's our GC leader at the moment. But it's pretty close up at the front in the individual GC. Only 5 minutes or so separating the top few riders. I'm just going to settle in. I'm going to go too crazy. I'm riding this for my pleasure and yours. Give you a view of what's to come. You're riding later on. So Rob Stone, the Eagle Cops, the Slovenian rider. He's a very strong climber. I've raced against him on the Wednesday virtually slow events. This is the sort of course that will suit him. Also Mathieu Roujon as well, the French rider, the former Swift national champion for France. I think he won one of the stage 4 time slots, the Hilly San Remo stage. We start to approach this first climb then. I enjoyed my lie-in this morning, Phil. I don't think you get much benefit on these climbs from a big group, so even though there's only a few of you, until you had a good ride. It's starting to get strung out already. So the leaders will be doing this in under 2 hours. That's their target time. There we are then, into the red areas. Hardly any draft saving. Every man for himself. Good climbing at the front there, Blade Raider leading the way. Going to cement his GC position. Eagle Fox, as I mentioned. Steve Taylor up there in third at the moment. Just resetting the pace in these early stages. Raul Lopez, as I mentioned earlier. Yeah, I don't want to be isolated on that descent. I want to stick with some guys, stick together, work together. So yeah, 1:47, that's a great time. We hit the first double-digit slopes, 10%. Try and settle into a bit of rhythm. There's Keith up ahead of me. Not sure if he's watching. He might watch it back afterwards. Just pulling away from me here. And Timo just ahead. Richard Golding, organiser of the Masters events on Friday evening. Here it is, Keith. I don't know if your wife is watching. Maybe she can give you a shout out to the garage. Pass on the message. Giving me a wave there, so maybe he is watching. Right, James Melville popping up at in the top four. Jerry Dalport from ODZ, recent convert to RGT. Good to see him riding here. Mr. Sardana, I recognise his name from the Facebook groups. Very active user. So I've got 4 water bottles lined up today. It's going to be a long one. Plenty of effort required. Today's about that mental battle. Fighting the demons within. Keep those legs spinning. I've got the boot just spinning away from me a little bit. There's Nate Busher, another YouTube streamer. Yeah, just a little bit up the road from me. I'm trying to not go too deep too early. I'll get carried away in the excitement. Oh, starts to get steeper. The middle third of this climb is the worst bit. You can see it on the screen there. AJ Flow, another ODZ member. Bit away from Nate there at the road as well. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Oh. Not even 4K in yet. Just sort of a hit. These sharp hairpins. His legs spinning. Hi Riley. Not sure if I saw you on the start line or not today for this time slot. So big field, hard to spot everyone. Thanks for tuning in and getting in the chat. Oh, looks like it's tuning out a little bit. Big rider's now up to 400 metres ahead of me. Long way to go yet, Riley. I'm not going to get suckered in. You can't tempt me. I didn't manage to lose a kilo this week though. That's going to help me today. Only 78 kilos to pull up these hills, not 79. Thanks, Amir. Where's this rest bite? Okay, it's towards the top. You mean on the other side? I'll coordinate then. Make sure you give the other YouTubers a bit of love. I'll get some exposure for RGT. Cool, I'll keep an eye out for that, Samir. I think if I go back, there you can see it there. Let's the bottom left, that's the descent, the first part. Yeah, I'm still finishing off the Christmas chocolates. I've had no alcohol this year. Not been too hard, I'm not a big drinker. Oh great, 12 minutes. Only a mile. So I'm just hanging in on the top 50 at the minute. I'm sure with the sweat I'll be losing a couple of kilos today as well. Ooh. All right, let's do a little bit of a look around then. Oh, look at that, here we are at the front of the race. 5 riders. Top Levine, Eagle Cox, G Walker, Steve Taylor, and T Davies. These guys have got a 250 metre lead over the chase. Looks like they want some flatter segments now, only 9%. Only 9%, he says. Look at those mountains. I'm down there somewhere in that big canyon. Just gotta come around this hairpin. Drop back down into the canyon and into the cliffs. So, Berchich, Lopez, 300 metres back from those guys. Then we've got Melville, Roujon, Lee Marshall, John Samu, Mark Collins. These guys, I'm sure, will start to regroup before the descent. Red Raider there, our overall leader, 13th place at the minute. Towards the front in this little group, sitting nicely. He's got his Team WKG jersey on. Shout out for those guys. Helped inspire Tour de Monde with their Vive la France 3-week event earlier in the year. There's Andrei Kajewski just behind. A little bit further back, we've got Marla, Ned, Saidi, McAlpine, Barkley, Parmed, and Cooper. A little trio of Scots there, just outside the rounding out the top 20. So back to me then. I've lost a couple more places as I've been messing around with the camera. It's been on these double-digit slopes of 10%, 11%. I'll try and do a bit more of a run through in a bit. Try and get back on time with the Groot and Karen. That front group seems to be working well together, taking turns. You can see the top four there on the left, and then swapping around. And you can see on the elevation chart at the bottom the gap that they've got. Well, there's Nate still up the road just a little bit in his Team 3R kit. As we start to get onto the single digit areas now. Chance to slightly push on a little bit. Ooh. Keep that chat coming, guys. I do appreciate it. Takes the mind off things. Oh no. I'll pass, thanks, Phil. So what is it, about 450 to the top of this one? A third of the overall climbing. $750 climbing maybe in that middle one. And 200 at the end. Something like that. So that'll be one of many hairpins today. So the leaders are on the descent then. We hit some orange gradients. A bit more to my liking, but not entirely. But Levine's trying to put the pressure on a little bit on the descent. getting up into 6 and 7 watts per kilos. So I'm slowly, possibly coming back with a little group ahead of me. This trio, Karen, Big Root and Frobshare. It's probably quite early for Nate, I think he's in Canada. Oh no, he's got a British flag. Oh. Back into some red gradients then. Plenty of in-game chat going on. People supporting each other, encouraging each other. Hey, look at that 5 watt draft saving there. Loving that. So what have we got up the road from us then? Nagelhaven, Home Turf, Robstone, Patricio, Fussell, and Slater here. Just up the road from us. There's the front on the fast descent. Looks like they do a little bit of a split. 30 metres between these front 3 and the 2 chasers behind. There's me. Nearly at the top of this first climb. We can regroup a little bit. Come on, Nate, get on, mate. Plane's getting ready to leave. Oh. I'm in the group. Oh, tough first climb. Time for a bit of rest. Get some fluids in. Oh. Yeah, I got a little sprinting feel got on. Maybe 5 or 6 of us, but it all helps. Let's get that heart rate back down then. So 2 guys behind looking to come back across to us. Blimey, that. I know it's the descent, but that leading group's 3k ahead of us now. They're on course for a great time. Those guys are fighting for the overall GC. They're not hanging around. They're not eating up. They look like we pulled out a 60-metre gap on. Got Karen behind. And that's just the benefit of us guys being in a little group. Means we get a bit of draft saving, slingshot past each other. Just helps keep our speed up a little bit higher. Rob Stone giving us the wave there. 24-hour man. We just got up with one rider there then. Next rider's 350 metres up the road. And a little bump here. There it is, those guys. Excellent. This little group here then. Help us out on the flats and the descent to come. The little red zone. So 10k done. Oh, just under half an hour. So we 9 guys maybe. Nice little group. Good for motivation. Good for the soul to be in a group. Cheers Phil, have a good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in and engaging in the chat. I think your time is safe from me. Looks like mate's just riding his own race at the moment, just up ahead, doing what he needs to stay comfortable. In a little hill, then back into the descending. Nice to get some speed up here on these long straights then. Away from the hairpins. We get some watts down. Watts down, getting on the front is an engine. So we're going to go down the valley, loop out and around, and back up that hill in front of us, slash mountain. Looks a bit daunting. Try not to focus on that for the time being. So pushing out the corners, moving into the hairpin, saving that energy. It's precious today. So we've got a nice group here then. Oh no, I pushed right into a hairpin there, that was a waste. Didn't see that coming up. That was poor riding from me there. So that front group there in the valley floor. And that flat section, with 5-6k of flat there they've got. We're still a little way off from that. And a big switch back then. Round we go. Oh, that 5k went much quicker. in the 5k before it. 28 minutes to do 10k, 8 minutes to do the last 5. We are averaging 60k an hour down this bit. So just over a third of the route done then. Looks like most of the riders are over that first climb now. Just a couple still on their way up. See how spread out it is on that elevation profile at the bottom of the screen. Hopefully most people are in groups, helping each other out. Lots of talk in the in-game chat there, people looking to pair up, help each other. Always easier if you've got someone with you. And it's time to get down to the valley floor then. Starting to ease up into 2%. Looks like even the leaders are finding it tough. Not an easy stage for anyone, that's for sure. So a few riders ahead of us. Might have a chance to catch up with a few before the next climbs. That next section you can see there, some pretty steep stuff. For a bit of respite. Again, another long climb. I'm not quite sure. I don't think it's quite as steep as the first climb. You can see the first half of it's got a bit more orange than red. There's Nate trying to rally the troops. Catching up on a rider. Monde. He sees us, he can jump on. Have to put in a little sprint though. We are flying now. Where Keith is. He's on the road somewhere. I've not seen him since the early stages. Yeah, sure, Mads. I just want to make sure I didn't get dropped on those descents, but I can jump up a bit further. So there should be a way. There we go. That means I can keep an eye on me. Jump to the front of the race. Here we go. So 4 leaders then. Levine, Walker, Davies and Copse. Looks like Steve Taylor got dropped from this leading bunch of 5. He's heading back to the chasing bunch of Samu, John Burdick. Work our way down, and there's Steve Taylor, Team 3R. He's 300 metres behind for these guys. Lopez, our GC leader, Blair Grader in the green there. James Melville. Roujon just on the back there. Melville comes through to the front. These guys working well together. There's Cooper. And Marla and McAlpine in this group as well. Oh no, sorry, I've jumped back another group, so this is the 3rd group on the road. Nick Greenhall in here, Ratio Racing. Ned. Getting dropped a little bit there. You'll get back on though. So, front group of 4. Chasing pack of will be 7 once Steve Taylor gets scooped up. 3rd group on the road. Leave 9 guys. 1.2 kilometres back from the front. And another group a little bit further back. Timo, Chris O'Hearn, Linden in the dirt jersey, Saldana, Nick Greenall there in the black and orange. Another Ratio Racing rider. Can't quite remember. I think the GBR guys, Team Co-Promotion. I think that's Nad's team. So yeah, halfway done. Some might say that was the easy half. Another group of 5 riders here. Koza, John T, Hayden Smedley, G Teams, G Barkley. Like Koza in this group's getting a little bit upset he's not getting any help. So back from them, these 4 guys. Another Arstein, Bad Boris. Oh, there we go, they're back to us. So we're catching up a few beers, a few groups. Phil Spencer, Jürgen Van Beers. Oh, there's Keith, 33, on the front of this little group. Shit, I've been dropped now that I've been not paying attention. If I hit this little slope. Giving myself the commentator's curse. Oh. Alright. Push back in then. Oh no, not quite. Come on. No worry, Mads. Back in now. No harm done. It's just my legs. Right, get some fluids on for these next climbs. Ah, 7% for 8k. Who doesn't love a bit of that, eh? I'm stuck looking the wrong way now. Right, back into my own rhythm then as I hit these times. Above the trees. %15 gradient. Here's some here. Hey, a little helicopter sound effect for this, don't I? Okay, there we go. I don't know if you can hear that on the commentary. Nice bit of background helicopter. There you go, coming up behind me. Overall winner of stage 5, the Uluru stage. $170 back. Get sprung out in front of me. They did quite a good job of staying together, these guys. So 3 guys now, babies has been dropped. 3 guys hitting the base for the main time of the day. There's Fussell and Stone just ahead of me. 40 metres up the road. Going on board with Nate. There he is. There's the Root and Barkley just ahead. They're the leaders on this main climb. Going back to me. Go a little way to the top. This little bump. But there's a big group behind. So 2k of gentle uphill and then into the main course. A good hour of riding to go today. So making sure I'm getting the fluids on. Got a few sweets to keep the energy levels up. I'm on my own now. Nearest rider is 130 metres away up the road. Oof, settling in. I'll get to the bottom of the climb and then I'll do a bit more viewing of the field. Work my way back up to the front. There's a good distraction from that red area on the graph. It looks like I'm coming back a bit on Fussell. Under 100 metres now. There he is up the road. You can just see him. Alright, let's go for a little ride through the field. There's Fussell, 46th place. On the corner, Rob Stone. Recently did a 24-hour continuous ride on RGT. Did about 800 kilometres. Amazing effort from him. I think he regretted it for a couple of days, and then on a few days to reflect. I think it really sunk in what an accomplishment that was. So chapeau. Ahead of him, Barkley. Nate Fulshire. King 3R. Taking a bit of a move there. Here's the Groot. Hayden Smedley just in front. So on the early slopes of this climb then. Let's keep Aitchison. The uncoolers team. 40th place there. Looking steady. He tries to reel in that little group ahead of him. He's doing so. And I get up to Baz Morris. Keep those guys behind him that he can. Get him the wrong way. There's Baz Morris. There we go, that little group here then. Van Bears, Slater. P. Riley. His FTW teammate. PJ is just there with him. In the Hot Chilies kit. The grey kit with the orange bands, that was a nice looking kit. Caron, and up the road we've got Greenall, Ecosa, and into the top 30. G2 from OTR, and the 4 OTR teams in this event. Ron Gatcher, and Will Spencer just ahead of him. We've got the same kit on, I'm not sure if they're in the same team. And a big group here. Chris O'Hearn, Timo, Gladys Vesper, Lyndon, I think, in the dirt kit there. Ned has come back to this group. So this is a long old climb then. Good 10k I reckon. Dana in this bit, this is the top. Big first fight for the top 25. Being able to put a bit of a dig off the front of this group. These guys are 2 kilometres down on the leaders. Saidi, French rider, a bit isolated at the minute. A couple of Scottish riders ahead of him. Warhog. We've got Cooper, McAlpine. These GCN ride kits. I think this is the Glasgow United team. Got a little group here with Marla, Collins and Lee Marshall. There's Podjuski in 12th. Strong ride from him. John Samud in co-promotion, I believe, in 11th. As we get to the top 10, mentioned him a few times, there's our overall GC leader, Bled Raider. He's struggling a little bit now, dropped off the back of that group up ahead. I think Levine could be our new overall leader after today. But we should see what happens in these closing kilometres. And this is the chase group. Brujon, Lopez, Vercic, Malville, Davies. Actually, Davies is a bit further up the road here, look. 200 metres up the road. Billy Taylor, the team 3R, 200 metres up the road from them. And then Walker, I think he's also the Uncoolers team, judging by his kit. And Levine and Cops, our two remaining leaders. 400 metres up the road from him. They've still got 12k to go, but they've passed through the 1,000 metres of climbing. They've got a bit more gentle stuff after this, downhill and flat, then a steep finish up to the statue of Christ the Redeemer. So back to me. How am I doing? I've got a couple of riders then. Taking Rob Stone, coming up to Nate. Not too bad, just been riding my own pace in the background. Right, let's get down the field now then. So there's me, with Nate, Barkley, with Rob Stone, Alex Plager, strong quick rider, nice person, another decent quick rider, faced him a few times. Tony Simmons for OCR. I believe it is Sean Murter. A little group back here then. Curry for SDW. Robinson. Pete Brook in this little group. It's Roomy just a little bit behind. Another 30 metres back to comment that. Ben Phillips there for the Racing Racer. Paul Torm from OTR. Torm clothing. And here's Caroline Reuter. Who's our female leader of the overall GC for the women. A couple of minutes ahead of Holly Larson. And then in third place is Kate Crestdale, possibly is their surname. I can't quite remember. Sorry, Kate, if you are watching. So another 56 riders on the road behind. And they jump back to me. So there's Hayden 40 metres up the road. Slowly gaining on him. Not halfway up this main climb. Trying to, Hayden. Trying to keep talking. Hi, Joris. Yeah, shout out for Ben there, your teammate. I bring it across to Hayden then. He gives the camera a little wave. Ooh. Start to hit some double digit climbing again. Cheers, Joris. Ooh. Are you racing today or are you having a rest day? Letting someone else take it on for the team. Save your legs for tomorrow, maybe. So you've got 4 riders in today. Good stuff. But we've got quite a lot signed up for that stage as well. Got a feeling Derek Bucock's going to be streaming that event. I think he's riding the late slot today. Check out his stream on YouTube. Oh, I'm going to keep my head up here. Getting those fluids on. So 2/3 of the timing done. Don't worry, Samir. I'll be laughing at you later. And you'll be regretting making these comments. As you're coming up the final climb at 8 o'clock tonight. Yeah, maybe you'll maybe get Nate back to us. Well, it's pretty spread out. Everyone's still going though. Still 116 riders out on the course. Good to see. So tomorrow I'm not going to be racing, but me and Damon from ZMS live streams have got a nice proper broadcast put together for you. Some nice graphics, another leaderboard, I've seen a few previews of it and he's done an amazing job. It'll be really professional looking. We're not going to be having cameras going through trees like that. And I'll be able to focus on commentary. I won't be dying, gasping for breath. Ooh. Looks like we are gaining on, I was going to say gaining on footle, we did just see him there on the other side of the switchback. Yeah, not too bad, Samir. That little ramp starter to this main climb, that was okay. I got dropped a little bit just before. I've been working my way back up. Not been too bad. Got some company. Got you guys on the stream. You're keeping me motivated, keeping me going. 13k to go. About 400 meters of climbing. So the front pair looks like they've crested the main climb and they're just starting on the descent. Oh, there's Nate coming back across. Hello, Nate. Give him a little wave. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I've got my water bottle. I'm going through the fluids. Keep it up, guys. Just coming back on Fussell then, he's only 50 metres now. I think our little trio are spurring each other on. There he is, just running that hairpin. I think this isn't too bad. 6, 7, 8%. That's not outrageous. Got into that rhythm. Worked my way up. And just drag these guys across the Fussell. This little respite, a little bit flat. Ooh. Bouncing on the pedals. Oh, little burst by Hayden there. Here comes the black section then. Cool. Yeah, get a bit of saving that we can. A little bit of respite. So that front pair is 7k ahead of me. We've got 4k to the finish. We'll jump across. Look at them in a little bit. Oh, a little bit of downhill. 0.5%. How generous from here. And back onto the uphill. No rest for Blair. He's got DC positions to protect. Ooh. I'm liking those blue sections coming up. Nice downhill sections before that final 2k assault up to the statue. Cox and Levine still very much together. Steve Taylor in third. Verchich up to fourth. Don't want to push on too much. I don't think I'm going to catch those guys ahead of me. 300 metres ahead. Right, let's jump across to the leaders then. Here they are, foot of that final 2k climb. Zigzags up the final section. These two got a 1.5k lead over third. These two are going to be fighting for the win. Here's Steve Taylor, third place. An 800-metre lead over this chasing quartet. Walker, Davies, Malville, Lopez. Actually, Lopez is a bit further back. There's Lopez. Rougeon just behind him. And top 10 at the minute for Samud Raider, Kajuski fighting. They've got just under 5k to go. So back to me. I'm under 10k to go. Still another k or so to the top of this climb. I think they're coming back at me, Samir. Hayden's only just behind me now. Here he comes. It'd be nice to have some company on the descent anyway. And Bristol was with him. Yeah, I didn't mind them coming back. It'd help me in the long run. And I'm just riding this at my own pace, this hill. So there will be a bit of give and take. Make sure I stick with them over the top. Oh, still keep name on the road there. Oh, 9k to go. More fluids in. Right, it's going to keep an eye on me as we jump to the front. Hopefully. We're just 500 meters from the finish. And Eagle Copse with a 40-meter lead over Falknerveen. As we enter these final switchbacks. Stunning ride from these two. There's the finish line just up there. A few more turns to go. 10% gradients. Round the corner. Past the 250-metre sign. Looks like I'm just on the descent now. Levine's going to push it, cops all the way. They take these final few bends. 100 metres to go. It flattens out towards the top then. 1 hour 27. What a stunning ride. Eagle Cops takes the win. Just a few seconds ahead of Pat Levine. Steve Taylor in third place. He's got a 300-metre lead over the chase group of Melville, Verchich, Walker, Davies. He's got 700 metres to go. I reckon he'll hold on. My little group of three is on the descent. Sticking together, not doing too bad. Look at that scenery. They switch back up to the top. So about 50 metres more. Climbing. Steve Taylor. That group is closing a little bit in behind. They're pushing each other. But I think Steve's probably done enough there to cement third place. Not looking too steep this final bit. 8–9%. I did think we were going to be in double digits all the way, but doesn't look like it's too much of a sting in the tail. So Melville pushing ahead of Verchich. Those two are going to secure top 5 places. They're pushing on to try and get a good time for the day. 1 hour 30, that's very impressive riding. But Steve's just going to be outside of that time. There's Raider in the chat doing his best to motivate the troops. Going to get everyone pushing. Keep working for that fast time. Work together, not against each other. Yeah, watching Steve Taylor then coming round these last few bends. One more to go. He takes a well-deserved third place there for Team 3R. There's Melville, 20 metres ahead of Verchich. They enter the last 250 metres. You'll see a few more riders coming up the road behind them. Walker, who I think was a bit unlucky with a technical. He was in that front group of 5 for a long time. I'm sticking here with Hayden and Fussell. We've got a nice little chain gang of 3 here. But Melville secures 4th place then. Verchich coming across the 5th. There's Walker, Davies in 7th. Blue John and Lopez fighting for 8th and 9th. And then to move co-promotion. Currently in 10th with Drader just behind. I think Raider's just trying to get to the finish as fast as he can now. He's not worried about a top 10. He just wants good GC time. Right, back to me then. 4K to go. We're on this downhill bit section. Oh, there's the finish. Dead ahead. Look at that. That's where we're heading. See those switchbacks going up the mountain. Let's go back. Let's find a few more. Finish those finishers. Looks like Drujon has pushed on. Got Lopez towards the finish here. He's going to take 8. Lopez in 9th. It's a move. There's Raider. Let's watch Raider for the end of his ride. Our GC leader. Deserves some camera time. He's been superb in every stage. But I do think he might have lost the lead today to Levine. Oh, trying to type here. My fingers are a bit sweaty, I think. Well done, Blair. Crossing the line in 11th place there. Last little bit of downhill before we start the 2K ascent up to the finish. This is going to be pushing my legs all the way to the end now then. These guys have pushed on ahead of me. Back up to Hayden. Okay, so there's pedaling squares up ahead. $1,500 to go. Looks like Pajuski's come to a bit of a stop there. Oh no, very close to the finish. Got a chance of getting into the top 40 here. Hit 12% gradient. I'm afraid I don't, Riley. Sorry, I stopped looking backwards and focusing on the chat. Just focusing on me now to the finish. I'll try and pick her up once I get to the end. Be there with me. Ooh. Cheers, Phil. Yeah, a bit better than I thought I might do. We come up to a Flamme Rouge and over a K to go. I'm trying to finish strong. Halfway up this final climb. Counting down the meters, that's for sure. Hopefully I've got enough in the meter to keep me going. Yeah, really group of 8 or 9. We work together pretty well. We got dropped just before the first little red. And then on that main climb, nice to work my way up a little bit. Now they're picking up the T-riders on this last climb. Digging deep. Might just sneak inside your time, Phil. Gonna be close. Look at that scenery, look at those switchbacks. Beautiful. We're heading down to Copacabana after this for a few cocktails there on the beach. So remember to tune in tomorrow. Got the Angleroo stage. It's our commentating. It'll be on my YouTube. And Zeta Maps on Facebook. Come give us some company. Oh, 200 to go. Oh. Yeah, there's the road. That's where we've come from. There's that very first road on the top left-hand corner. And over the finish. Oh, fantastic. Oh. Oh, there we are, there I am. Oh, I just catch my breath. Oh. I was hoping that I'd be able to tune into the rest of the race, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to now that I've finished. Anyone know how I do that? Oh, cheers, Derek. I'm checking with my broadcast partner. Oh, that was alright, that last little bit. Felt quite good. That last 2k, managed to push on a little bit. So, first of all, Hayden, they finished then. First I managed to pull away from Hayden towards the end. Sneak into the top 40. I think once I finish, that's it. I can't view anyone. It was a bit disappointing because I was hoping to show you some of the other riders out on the course. You're welcome, guys. Yeah, cheers, Phil. Thanks for tuning in. Makes a big difference knowing that I'm not here talking to myself. So over 100 finishes today, I reckon. Maybe another good day of riding for everyone. Got a few more riders coming over then. So Nate, Alex, Hans Persson, all coming across. Oh no, actually that was good ride. Challenging, enough recovery. That first climb was definitely pretty difficult. After that, it wasn't too bad, if I'm honest. That's, yeah, tough, but there's bits of rest. And Tony Simmons, Brooke Wade coming across the line, Rob Stone on his way in as well. Well, at least tomorrow, because I won't be riding, we'll be able to keep an eye on everyone all the way through. I won't have this slight issue where once I've crossed the line, I can't view anyone else. So the winning time, Phil, was 1 hour 29 minutes. Actually, maybe a little bit less than that. Let's have a look. I can scroll up. So there you go. 1 hour 27:55. Look at that. There's your top 9. Oh, it's just shot back down. Let's go back. Yeah, Eagle Cops, Falk Levine, Steve Taylor, James Marville, Burchish, your top 5. Keeps wanting to show my name and time. 15 minutes behind the winners. This leaderboard's a bit annoying. I have to leave it there, guys. Go to RGT DB. That'll have a full list of results. Get those up. Ooh. Right, guys, I'm going to sign off from the live stream. I'll leave it on just if you do want to watch the riders coming over the line. But as I say, tune in tomorrow. We'll be starting at 12:15 for that live stream. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for engaging with the chat. And thanks for taking part in Tour de Monde 2021.